Okay, so in here what I'm doing is wiring for the fuel relay, and this is for the positive supply, which is in the switch side, and the two small cable there is for our holding coil, which is one is the common negative and the other one is the command for our module. So this two big wire here that I am measuring is for our switch going for our fuel commander. So in here, so since we have the two starter relay and starter motor, so we're going to jump the positive and the negative connections, which is needed for the two 24 volts battery. It should be parallel connections, and it should be connected and tied properly, so there is no lost connections. And during for the power up for the starter, so making sure that the connections is correct, so to avoid any mistakes or any failure for your project. So over here, let's continue, is connected for the negative jumper for our negative supply, and there should be two power cabling for the negative, and should be two for our positive supply. So just let's continue for the process. So over here is installing the CT for our power cabling for our line 1, line 2. So is the breaker. So now we're here for our load testing area and preparing for our oil and coolant for this generator. So as you can see, we're preparing and removing the cover for the muffler, I mean for the air intake. So for the both sides we are also removed. So since this one is B type, so it should be two air intake. So this one is 12 cylinder generator. So over here I'm open the EVR side, so we can do the configurations for the digital EVR. This is digital EVR 3D350. So we are in hurry for this job because, you know, in the morning it's a little bit okay for the temperature, but in the time for 11 it's too hot. So here is the connections for our EVR. So over here we are checking for our breaker, and also now connecting the battery so we can ready for our configurations. So this one is 224 volts, so this one is series parallel connections. So over here I'm preparing also for the configurations for our 1500 kVA for the settings and proper configurations for this generator. So you must do it correctly, and then now it is ready. So I'm just going to flash it to our module, so it will be ready for our testing. So as you can see, I'm still checking for our digital input for our configurations. It think it's finally ready, and then I'm just adjusting the time, and now I am writing the configurations for this module. So by the way, this module is 6120, and the AVR is digital AVR D350. So we need to do the configurations as well, so it will work properly for our voltage adjustments and voltage specifications that necessary for this generator, so it will work as what we want to. So over here I'm checking for our ECM, so we can do the configurations as well. While doing that, so I'm just check back for our AVR if it is already connected. So I'm start configuring the AVR. So if you are doing the configuration for the AVR, just make it sure that you are check the nameplates for the alternator, so you can correctly config this type of AVR, because it is stated there to our nameplates what type of alternator it is, and what are the connections of our alternator. So you can do the configurations and what the maximum excitations and the voltage output for this generator must be. So as in here, I am checking the nameplates for our alternator, so it can be done correctly. So I am now inputting for those specifications, so will not be mistaken, so it will work properly. So if you're doing this, just double check always what you're doing, and always understand what you're doing. So finally it's done. So we're going to write the configurations for our AVR. So we are doing the configurations for our ECM as well. So in here I am checking and connecting for our ECM, so we can do the configurations for this 1500 ECM. So this one is using the AST toolkit in order to have the communications between our ECU and for our laptop, so you can do the configurations. So now we are ready, so we are going to start and crank for this generator for 3 times, so we can do the good oil circulations for this generator. So since we are ready, so we are now going to start again for power up. So at this point we're going to adjust the voltage and double check everything, if either any something leakage or hunting, so you need to be alert of what's happening. So at this point I am adjusting the voltage. So as you can see, we're looking for the frequency. It is above the frequency is 51 something, so we need to do the configurations again, so in order to adjust the correct frequency. So as of now it is now at 50, so now it is normal. So I think we are ready for our load testing. So here we're now energizing the breaker and it is on. So in here we're going to put the load at 100, to 110% load. So now I'm starting the load bank in order to have accurate and smooth load applications. So if you are adding the load, or if you are doing the load tests, so make it sure the correct calculations for the kilowatt and the capacity of your generators in order to have the correct and accurate testing. So over here I am checking outside what is the status. So here is perfectly working and everything is normal. So that is normal, that is smoke because due to the new paint that born out during the tests. So double checking everything, is any leakage for the temperature changes. So make sure that you are wearing for our head set, so to avoid any hearing losses. So in here we're done. So thank you.